There's a space between the moments where the air don't fully move, like a sentence left unfinished with nothing left to prove. And the silence feels familiar, like it's something I've rehearsed. There's a weight inside the quiet of the last words unrehearsed. Every phrase in perfect place. Thought I'd say them when it mattered, when I finally saw your face. But the moment came and passed me like it didn't recognize all the things I meant to tell you just stayed buried in disguise. There's no echo of that silence, no replay I can demand, just the memory of the distance between the thought and where I stand. No voice to break, no line to trace, just something locked in empty space. And every breath I hold too long feels like it's where they still belong. They're the last words I never said tonight. No wrong, no clear-cut right, just something caught before the sound that never made it out. Oh, I tried to call them back to life, tried to force them into life, but every time I reach inside, they fade before they rise. I hear them in the quiet hours when the world has settled down. Not as voices, not as language, just a pressure without sound. There's no way to reconstruct them, no exact way they would land, just a feeling that they carry that I can't quite understand. I speak around the emptiness now, try to feel what wasn't done, but every word I say too late feels like it's the wrong one. No past to fix, no thread to pull, just something never made it full. And every truth I try to shape feels like a version out of place. They're the last words I never said tonight, no way to bring them into sight. You can search through every memory, but they won't form the same. Oh, I turned, I tried to rewrite every moment in my mind, but every path I trace again still leaves them undefined. I stood still in the reflection, tried to say them to the glass, but they wouldn't take their meaning, they just slipped and didn't last. No sound to carry what they held, no form they could become, just the shape of something missing that refuses to be done. And in that quiet realization, with no time left to pretend, I stopped trying just to speak them and let the silence stand. Choose to keep finds a way to never sleep. And silence don't just disappear, it settles in, it lingers here. So everything you leave unsaid still finds a place inside your head. They're the last words, and now I see they were never meant to be. No matter how I try to find, they're lost between the lines. Oh, I ran it through my mind, every version I could find, but every line I thought was true never sounded right for you. Now the room is still and open, but it holds what never came. Every silence feels connected to a word without a name. And if you ever hold a sentence that you're waiting just to say, don't assume you'll get the moment. It might already slip away. There's a road that used to promise it would soften what it took, but the signs have all been withered, like they've lost the way they look. And the air feels slightly thinner, like it knows what's coming next. Not a storm, not any warning, just the absence of what's left. It felt longer than it was, like it carried something gentle in the spaces in between us. Every turn once felt forgiving, every mile felt understood, like the road could make excuses for the things I thought I could. But something changed without announcing, no clear moment I could name, just a slow and quiet fading of the mercy in its frame. No voice to guide, no hand to hold, just something settling into cold. And every step I try to take feels like it's already late. This is the end of Mercy Road tonight. No wrong to name, no wrong to right, just something closing out the line that used to let me change my mind. Oh, I tried to turn around, but the silence made no sound, and every step I thought was free just led me deeper into me. The sky don't offer answers, it just watches from above, like it's done explaining anything to something it won't love. Every marker feels the same now, just variations of decline, like the meaning's been dismantled, one quiet piece at a time. I ask the road if it remembers what it used to let me be, but it answers only distance, like it doesn't know mercy. No truth to bear, no past to save, just something I already gave. And every breath I try to keep feels like it's falling underneath. It's the end of Mercy Road, I see. It was never meant for me, no matter how I tried to stand. It slipped right out of my hands. Oh, I stayed, I tried to fight, tried to rewrite what felt right, but every mile I thought was kind just left something behind. Correction, let the ending take its shape. There's no forgiveness in the distance, only what you can't escape. And it isn't something cruel now, it's just structure losing grace, like a system reaching silence at a slower final pace. And in that quiet understanding, with no mercy left to try, I stop asking for a reason and let it pass me by. It ain't that mercy disappears, it's what it leaves you with in years. Every choice you don't undo becomes the road that undone, and every step I thought was mine was already out of time. Now the road don't feel like travel, just a line that doesn't bend, and the silence it has gathered feels like something near the end. And if you ever find a mercy in a place that feels too late, don't assume it stays forever. It might already change its state. Some things don't stay down, no matter how deep you dig. I put it in the ground where the light don't go. Under 10 feet of lies and frozen snow, covered it up with prayers I didn't mean, and a promise to forget what I'd seen. But the earth don't keep what the heart won't release. It pushes it up like it's begging for peace. Every season turns, but it never feels gone, like a curse that just keeps moving on. I tried to lock it away, but it learned how to stay in the back of everything I say. It's a sin that won't stay buried, won't stay asleep, keeps crawling back from the dark so deep. Every mile I run, every lie I defend, it finds its way back again. Yeah, it's a sin that won't stay buried in the dark. It keeps beating like a broken heart, and no matter how I pray or how far I flee, it keeps coming back for me. I heard it in the wind through a broken fence line, saw it in the mirror when I lost my mind. It don't wear a face, it don't need a name, but I feel it when I hear my own name. There's a stain on my hands that don't wash away clean, no matter how much water I've been in between. And every town I pass starts to feel the same, like they already know what I came to escape. And the silence starts to speak from the places I won't keep, where the buried truth runs deep. It's a sin that won't stay buried, won't stay asleep, keeps crawling back from the dark so deep. Every mile I run, every lie I defend, it finds its way back again. Yeah, it's a sin that won't stay buried in the dark. It keeps beating like a broken heart, and no matter how I pray or how far I flee, it keeps coming back for me. You can't hide it, it remembers. You carried it. I thought time would make it fade, but it only learned my name. Won't stay asleep, keeps 'cause it's everything I ever did to you. And every night I fall, I can clearly see it was never buried, it was always me. I buried it deep, but it learned how to breathe. Night hung low, too still, too near, like it was waiting just to hear every breath I tried to hide, every truth I kept inside. The moon was thin, a crooked blade, cutting through the choice I made. And in that silence, cold and true, began the night I buried you. I dug the ground with shaking hands, through broken dirt and shifting sand. Each shovel's weight a heavy sound, like it was judging what I'd found. You didn't speak, you didn't cry, just stared at me with hollow eyes, like you already knew the end before it ever could begin. The trees stood still, the wind held tight, like even nature feared that night. And every shadow stretched too long, like it was watching what went wrong. I tried to tell myself a lie, that this was mercy in disguise. But deep beneath the dirt and dread, I knew the truth I couldn't shed. It was the night I buried you alone, in a place where nothing's ever known. No cross to mark, no prayer to say, just silence swallowing the day. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it's carved too deep inside my mind. And every step I take feels through the ground that holds what I did to you. Earth was soft, too soft to trust, like it remembered blood and dust. And every inch I covered slow felt like something I couldn't let go. I turned away, but heard it still, a quiet sound against my will. Not from the ground, not from the air, but from a place already there. The shovel fell, my hands went numb, like I had nowhere left to run. And in the dark I swore I knew the night had buried me there too. The moon went dark behind a cloud, like it refused to look down now. And every breath became a thread, binding me to what was dead. It was the night I buried you alone, in a place where nothing's ever known. No cross to mark, no prayer to say, just silence swallowing the day. Oh, I tried to leave it all behind, but it's carved too deep inside my mind. And every step I take feels through the ground that holds what I did to you. I left that place before the dawn, but something followed me along. Not in shape, not in sound, just a weight I carried around. Every mirror shows your stare, every shadow says you're there. And every time I close my eyes, I see the truth I can't deny. You don't halt, you don't chase, you just remain in every place. A quiet presence I can't undo, a living free. From the moment you looked at me, not anger, not fear, not even blame, just something deeper without a name. A bond that didn't break with earth, a silence louder than its worth. And every breath I take since then feels like I'm digging once again. It was the night I buried you alone, but I was never left on my own. No grave can hide, no dirt can keep what refuses death, what won't sleep. Oh, I tried to run, but now I see there ain't no distance left for me. And every road I follow through leads back to the night I buried you. Now I'll walk where the soil feels thin, like it might give way again. No peace to find, no truth to claim, just endless echo without a name. And if you ever stand where I stood and feel the pull beneath the wood, don't turn away, don't follow through, or you'll relive the night I buried you. The night still waits where I began, with open earth and empty hand, and somewhere deep where shadows grew, it's always the night I buried you. There was nothing in the warning, no sign carved in the sky, just a stillness in the evening that no one questioned why. And the air felt strangely open, like a door left standing wide, but no one thought to close it the night the angels left. Stayed in its rhythm, like nothing slipped away. But something pulled back slowly, too quiet to detect, like a hand that once was steady, no longer chose to rest. There's no sound of wings departing, no shadow on the ground, just a space where something guarded that isn't here now. No line was crossed, no word was said, just something missing overhead. And every breath we took that night carried on without the light. It was a night the angels left us here, no voice to guide, no presence near, just something gone we couldn't name, till everything began to change. Like nothing broke, spoke the same and breathed the smoke, but every step we didn't check was taken without what we kept. The door stayed open longer, the streets felt slightly wide, every corner held a silence that no one could divide. There's a weight inside the quiet shift beneath the skin, and you feel it in the distance, though you can't say where it's been. No one turned to mark the moment, no one tried to understand, but something that once held the line was no longer in command. No warning sign, no truth to face, just something gone without a trace. And every step we took alone felt like something we had grown. It was the night the angels left us here. No sense of wrong, no sense of fear, just something absent in the air that made it clear they weren't there. Oh, we stayed, we carried on like nothing right had turned to wrong. But every word we tried to keep fell somewhere we couldn't reach. I stood still in the morning light, tried to feel what used to stay, but the quiet didn't answer, it just settled in its way. No return, no second passing, no reversal I could tell, just the sense that something lifted and left us to ourselves. And in that stillness, slow and certain, with no presence left to claim, I stopped waiting for their voices and felt the weight remain. It ain't a fall you hear or see, it's what's no longer meant to be. Every God you never knew can leave without a word to you. And angels don't always descend, sometimes they just quietly end. So every line you thought was held might be something else as well. It was a night, and now I know it wasn't sudden, just let go. No matter how we try to see, it's how it's always gonna be. Oh, we stayed, we didn't run, but something changed in everyone. And every step we take from here is taken without something near. Now the sky looks just the same, no tear, no mark, no sign, but the space it used to carry feels different every time. And if you ever feel that absence, like the world just slipped a layer, don't look up to find what left you, it might not still be there. The ground was soft where I stood still, like it remembered every will. The sky hung low, too close to breathe, over something buried underneath. No cross to mark, no name to tell, just quiet earth that knew too well. And every step I took instead felt like I walked with the dead. I came back here at break of night to face what I buried out of sight. The shovel's rust still fits my hand like it remembers what I planned. The trees don't move, the wind don't cry, just silence stretched across the sky. And every shadow bends too long, like it's been waiting all along. I tried to leave this place behind, but you don't outrun your own damn mind. And every mile I never fled, just dug me deeper into the dead. There's a weight beneath the dirt and stone that don't belong to flesh and bone. It's every truth I never said, buried down in silent dread. It's 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I see your face in the shifting ground, not in sight, but in the sound. Every scrape, every grain of dirt feels like a memory dragged through hurt. The night grows thick around my chest, like it won't let me second guess. And every breath I try to take feels like a promise I can't break. The hole ain't deep enough to hide what still breathes on the other side. And every inch I tried to fill only made the silence louder still. The earth don't forgive, it just holds tight. Every wrong done out of sight, and every lie I tried to keep still breathes beneath that shallow deep end. 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I dropped the shovel, hands went numb, like I knew what I'd become. Not a man who lost his way, but one who chose it anyway. The ground beneath began to shift, not breaking through, but just enough to remind me clear and slow. Some things don't stay where you let them go. I heard no scream, I saw no sign, but something moved between the lines of what I buried, what I knew, and what still lives because of you. There ain't no grave that holds us in once it starts beneath your skin. No dirt, no dark, no hollow ground can silence what won't stay down. And every night I close my eyes, I feel the weight I can't deny. Not from below, not from the dead, but from the life I left instead. It's 6 feet of regret I made, but I'm the one that never stayed. No burial deep, no ending true, just endless ground between me and you. Oh, I tried to leave, but now I see there ain't no distance left for me. And every road I ever tread leads back to 6 feet of regret. Now I don't dig, I don't repair, I just return and stand there, where silence breathes and shadows spread over the place I left you dead. And if you ever pass this land and feel the weight beneath your stand, don't stay too long, don't look ahead, or you'll find your own 6 feet of regret. The night stays still, the ground won't part. It holds what's buried in my heart, and I remain where truth has bled, bound to 6 feet of regret. There's a burn in my throat and a weight in my hand, like 2 old friends I don't understand. The night sits still, but I ain't numb, just whiskey and a loaded gun. The neon flickers, the clock don't move, like time forgot what it had to prove. And every breath I'm holding in feels like it's balancing on sin. Hey, yeah. Yeah. I walked into that roadside bar with too much past and too many scars. The bartender looked but didn't ask, just poured me something built to last. The bottle spoke in quiet ways of all my nights and wasted days, and every sip brought back a face I tried so hard to just erase. There's a man across the room tonight who thinks he's wrong and thinks he's right, and I can tell just by his stare he don't belong, but neither do I hear. The silence thick between us grows like something only trouble knows, and every move we try to fake feels like a choice we're about to make. It's whiskey and a loaded gun, two ways to face what I've become. One burns slow, one ends it fast, both tied to my past. Oh, I came here just to numb the pain, but it's all still running through my veins, and every road I try to outrun leads me back to a loaded gun. He stood up slow, the chair scraped loud, like a warning meant to draw the crowd. But no one moved, no one spoke, just quiet eyes through drifting smoke. He said my name like he knew the truth, like he'd been chasing me since youth. And in that moment, cold and clear, I knew exactly why I was here. Oh, the whiskey glass slipped in my grip, like it knew what I'd commit, and every heartbeat hit too loud, like it was calling out to the crowd. My hand went down without a thought to the weight I always brought, and in that still electric air I felt the end already there. It's whiskey and a loaded gun, two ways to face what I've become. One burns slow, one ends it fast, both tied to my past. Oh, I came here just to numb the pain, but it's all still running through my veins, and every road I try to outrun leads me back to a loaded gun. The lights went dim, or maybe me, the room bent out of what should be. His face blurred into something else, a mirror I couldn't help. And suddenly it wasn't him, but everything I've kept within, every regret, every lie, standing there eye to eye. My finger twitched, my breath went still, caught between fate and broken will. And in that space I finally knew there ain't no line I didn't go through. It ain't about who walks away or who survives another day. It's about the weight you choose to bear, and whether you can stand it there. The bottle don't forgive or care, the gun don't ask what's fair. They're just the ends we try to find when we can't outrun our own damn mind. It's whiskey and a loaded gun, and I don't know which one I'll become, a slow decay or a sudden end, or just the truth I won't defend. loaded gun. Now the bar's gone quiet still, like it swallowed up my will. No sound, no shout, no final cry, just something fading by and by. And if you walk through there someday, you might still feel we chose to stay. A bitter taste, a silent hum of whiskey and a loaded gun. The neon dies, the night goes numb, but the weight remains when morning comes. And somewhere lost in what I've done still lingers that loaded gun. There's a sound beneath the floorboards, like something moving slow. Not a step, not fully living, but refusing not to go. And the air feels slightly heavier, like it remembers more than me, like the room has learned to hold it without ever setting free. I thought I left it far behind me, in a place without a name, where the edges stopped repeating and nothing felt the same. But it doesn't need a reason, doesn't need a path to take. It just finds the cracks I missed once and slips through what I forsake. There's no knock before it enters, no announcement in the dark, just the quiet rearranging of what used to leave a mark. No door to close, no lock to break, just something time forgot to take. And every breath I try to keep feels like it's already deep. The past came crawling back tonight, no wrong declared, no clear right, just something dragging through the years that never really disappears. Oh, I turned, I tried to run, tried to say it's all done, but every step I thought was free just brought it closer back to me. It doesn't show up like a memory, it don't arrive as thought. It's in the space between the moments where I thought it could be caught. Every wall I built around it feels a little less defined, like it learned the shape of exits I never thought it would find. I hear it in the quiet breathing when the world is almost still. Not a voice, but something echoing that bends against my will. No truth to face, no line to draw, just something I already saw. And every step I try to take feels like a step I can't escape. The past came crawling back again, like it never reached an end. No matter how I tried to leave, it stayed inside what I believe. Oh, I stood still, I tried to hide, but it moved in on every side. And every version I became still carried something with the same. Now I don't fight its presence, let it settle where it lands. There's no use in resisting what already understands. It's not cruel, not forgiving, it's just patient in its way, like it knows I never really left the things I tried to lay. And in that quiet recognition, with no distance left to make, I stopped calling it a stranger and accept the shape it takes. It ain't a ghost, it ain't a curse. It's everything that won't disperse. Every truth you don't complete keeps on crawling back to meet. And time don't bury what you miss, it only teaches it to persist. So every step you thought was gone was something still coming on. The past came crawling, now I see it was always part of me. No matter how I tried to run, it was already done. Oh, I stayed, I didn't fight, let it settle into sight. And every breath I take ahead is joined by everything behind. Now the room feels slightly older, but it never really changed. Just the weight of what I carry finally got arranged. And if you ever feel it moving, when you think you're finally free, don't assume it's something outside. It might be memory. There's a sound beneath the floorboards, like something moving slow. Not a step, not fully living, but refusing not to go. And the air feels slightly heavier, like it remembers more than me. Like the room has learned to hold it without ever setting free. I thought I left it far behind me, in a place without a name, where the edges stopped repeating and nothing felt the same. But it doesn't need a reason, it doesn't need a path to take. It just finds the cracks I missed once and slips through what I forsake. There's no knock before. It starts in silence, deep and slow, a thing you feel but don't yet know. Like something sleeping in the walls, waiting for your name to call. The house remembers every breath, it learns your footsteps like a thread. And every mirror in the hall reflects the weight of what will fall. Stained in time, a crooked thread, a broken line, passed from father into son, until there's nowhere left to run. I laughed it off when I was young, thought curses died before they'd come. But nights got colder than before, and shadows lingered on my door. My mother never met my eyes, like she already knew the lies. And father prayed but never spoke, like every word inside him broke. And every family photo frame feels like Something buried in our past was never meant to outlast. It's the family curse I carry in my bones, a history carved into skin and stone. No matter how far I try to flee, it always comes back inside of me. Oh, I run, but it knows my track. Every road just brings me back, and every door I close in vain opens into us again. The attic creeps like it's awake, like it remembers every mistake. Old letters tied in faded strings still hung with something whispering. A portrait hangs with eyes too wide, like it's watching from the other side. And every time I pass it slow, it feels like it begins to know. The basement holds a colder air, like something never left down there. And every step that I descend feels like a story that won't end. I hear my name through hollow wood, like it was always understood that I was never set apart. Just another broken part. It's the family curse I carry in my bones, a history carved into skin and stone. No matter how far I try to flee, it always comes back inside of me. Oh, I run, but it knows my track. Every road just brings me back, and every door I close in vain opens into us again. I saw my father in my sleep, standing where the secrets creep. He didn't speak, he just looked down, like he was passing something down. He pointed it at my shaking hand, like I was part of some command. And in his eyes I finally knew the curse was something I would do. The bloodline doesn't fade or break, it learns each new mistake. And every choice I think is mine is just the echo of the line. And now I see it crystal clear. The curse was never something near. It wasn't locked in ancient lore. It was what we became before, a cycle wrapped in flesh and name, a never-ending quiet flame that burns through every child born and leaves their future torn. It's the family curse I carry in my bones, a history carved into skin and stone. No matter how far I try to flee, it always comes back inside of me. Oh, I run, but it knows my track. Every road just brings me back, and every door I close in vain opens into us again. Now I stand where it all began, another shadow of a man. I used to think I could be free, but the curse just looked like me. And maybe I was never alone, maybe I was always home. In every broken piece I find, the family curse is in my mind. The house still breathes, the night still speaks through fractured walls and hollow creaks. And I finally understand the curse was never just the land. It was the hand I couldn't leave behind. through stained glass stained with last night's fight. The wind stood still, the world stood bare, like it knew what wasn't there. And far away, too faint to be, a bell that rings too late for me, a hollow sound of fading fate. The church bells rang too late. I walked the road that led me back, through ash and gravel faded tracks, where every step I tried to take still carried what I couldn't shake. The church stood tall but looked away, like it had nothing left to say. The doors were shut but I could hear the echo of a buried prayer. The pews were empty, cold and torn, like they had long since been forlorn. And every cross upon the wall looked like it couldn't stand at all. I knelt down slow in silent dread, with all the words I never said, and every breath I tried to keep just sank down deeper into me. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. The preacher's book lay open wide, with pages burned and black inside, like someone tried to write again a truth that wouldn't fit in sin. The altar cracked beneath the weight of promises it couldn't make, and every candle burned too low, like even faith refused to glow. I saw my name carved in the wood, not how it was, but how it should have ended long before I came to kneel before a hollow name. The air and still the dust stood high, like it refused to say goodbye. And every sound I thought I knew was something I had passed right through. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. I walked outside where shadows grew, like they were waiting there for you. And in the wind I swore I heard a final broken whispered word. Not judgment sharp, not wrath or flame, just everything I can't reclaim. A weight that doesn't leave or fade, just settles in the things I made. The bells rang once then died again, like mercy only comes at 10. But I was gone before they tried to pull me back from what I died. It ain't the church that saved your soul, it's what you do when you lose control. And every step you try to take is either truth or mistake. And bells don't ring to change the past, they only echo things that last. Too late to heal, too late to save, just sound above an empty grave. The church bells rang too late that day, when everything had gone away. No light returns, no sin is undone, once the silence has begun. No, I tried to stand, I tried past to fix, no truth to gain. Just echoes ringing through my name. And if you ever hear that sound through empty sky or hollow ground, don't listen long, don't hesitate, or the church bells will ring too late. The bell still swings but makes no sound, just moving there, no sacred ground. And I remain where truth won't wait, where church bells ring too late.
Tracks hum low in the dead of night, like they're calling something out of sight. The station's empty, cold as stone, like it forgot it was ever known. A flickering lamp swings back and forth, like it's marking time without a course. And somewhere far a whistle cries from a train that never arrives. I bought a ticket from a man with no face. He didn't speak, just slid it my way. Said one way ride, no turning back, then disappeared into the black. The platform groaned beneath my feet, like it knew who it was about to meet. And when the train came into view, it felt like something I already knew. No number mark, no destination sign, just rusting shadows down the line. And every window showed the same, a reflection I could not name. The door slid open with a hollow sigh, like something living had just passed by. And deep inside a voice I feared said, "You've been expected here." It's the midnight train to nowhere. Future collide, no place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm too far gone. Every mile keeps pulling me on, and the deeper I go, the less I care where this train goes, or if I'm there. Seats were torn, the air was still, like time itself had lost its will. A woman sat across from me with hollow eyes that couldn't see. She whispered low, "You'll understand," as she reached out with shaking hand. But when I blinked, she was just gone, like she had never been there at all. The lights above began to fade, like they were afraid of what they made. And every face I thought I saw was just a shadow with no law. The wheels kept turning slow and grim, like they were grinding bone and sin. And every sound along the track felt like it was pulling me back. It's the midnight train to nowhere. I ride where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm too far gone. Every mile keeps pulling me on, and the deeper I go, the less I care where this train goes, or if I'm there. I walked the aisle through car to car, but every door led just as far back to the place I'd been before, like the train had no real core. A conductor stood in worn out black with a lantern dim and a crooked back. He He tipped his hat but didn't speak, just pointed where the walls grew weak. I looked outside but saw no land, just endless dark like shifting sand. And in the glass I saw my face, slowly fading without a trace. And then I knew what this ride was, not where I'm going but what I was. Every choice I left behind, now carved into this endless line. No start, no end, no right, no wrong, just echoes stretched too long. A journey made of what I've been, rolling through the dark within. It's the midnight train to nowhere I ride, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I understand this train was never part of a plan. And now I see what I've become, another passenger on the run. Now I sit as the whistle cries, under never-ending skies. No sleep, no dream, no waking call, just movement through it all. And if you ever hear that sound of iron wheels on hollow ground, don't look too long, don't stay aware, or you might find yourself on there. The station waits, but not for me, just a ghost of what could be. And somewhere lost beyond the air rolls the train to nowhere. There's a chapel out past the crooked trees, where the air stands still and the shadows breathe. No cross out front, just a splintered frame in a rusted bell with no tongue to name. I was led there once by a voice I knew, sounded soft like truth, but it cut right through. Said, step inside, lay your burdens down, but the door slammed shut without a sound. And the light went dead like it feared that place, left me staring at my own face. The bell never rings, but it calls me still, from the hollow dark of that broken hill. Every prayer I speak just fades away, like it never had a word to say. Hear the silence crawl through the rotting beams, like it feeds on faith and forgotten dreams. I don't kneel, I don't confess, just drown in a truth I can't address. There's a pew with a name carved deep in the wood. I traced it slow like I knew I should. Every letter cut with a shaking hand, like the truth was more than it could withstand. There was wax on the floor from a melted plea, like someone begged not to be what I'd be. And the walls leaned close when I spoke out loud, like they carried the weight of a buried crowd. And the air grew thick when I tried to pray, like the words themselves just slipped away. The bell never rings, but it calls me still, from the hollow dark of that broken hill. Every prayer I speak just fades away, like it never had a word to say. Hear the silence crawl through the rotting beams, like it feeds on faith and forgotten dreams. I don't kneel, I don't confess, just drown in a truth I can't address. There's a figure there by the the altar rail with a crooked spine and a face gone pale. He said, I've been here since I lost my way, since the bell went silent that final day. I said, why don't you leave this place? He just smiled with a hollow face, said, you don't walk out once you come to see. Then he slowly turned and he looked like me. And my heart beat slow like it knew that truth, like the past and present had split in two. Every breath I took felt borrowed and thin, like I never really made it in. I climbed the steps to the altar stone with a weight in my chest I had always known. Put my hands where the others bled, felt a pulse run cold through the words unsaid, and the silence screamed without a sound as the walls began to close around. Now I sit in that pew where my name was carved, with a faith long dead and a soul half starved. I hear footsteps come, but no one's there, just the echo of a whispered prayer. And I see new faces drift inside with that same lost look they try to hide. But I don't speak, I just watch them kneel, and I wonder if this is how they'll feel. The bell never rings, but it calls us all to the quiet place where the faithful fall. Every word we trust turns to dust in time, in a house that feeds on the lost and blind. Hear it breathe through the cracks in stone, like it's claiming hearts it is always owned. We don't leave, we don't confess, just become what we can't suppress. The bell never rings, it just lets you stay in the space where belief starts to decay. Every doubt you hide comes crawling through, till there's nothing left that you thought you knew. If there's God, He don't hear this place, left us locked in a cold embrace. We don't rise, we descend to the sound of a bell that will never end. So if you hear that silence call your name from a broken hill wrapped in ash and shame, don't step close, don't cross that line, 'cause the moment you do, it becomes your shrine. And you won't hear bells or a voice or a plea, just the sound of nothing where you used to be, in a chapel still where no soul sings, and the silence tolls where the bell never rings.
The wind got sharp like a rusted blade. I've been riding through the night trying not to fade. The stars above don't shine for me no more, just lead me down this lonesome desert floor. Every town I pass remembers my name, whispers spread like wildfire and blame. I ain't searching for forgiveness or peace, just a place where my heart can find a sleep. 'Cause I'm a rider without a home, just a shadow made of dust and bone. I'm a rider. The road runs quiet through the night, like it's hiding from the light. Dust hangs low where memories roam, on the path that leads us home. There's a weight I can't outrun,
just leads me back to carry home. I came back through that broken gate where time and truth don't separate. The house still stands but leans in shame, like it remembers every name. The porch still creaks beneath my feet, like it knows what I won't speak. And every step I take inside feels like there's nowhere left to hide. There's a photograph turned face down, like it couldn't bear the sound of what I was and what I've been, staring back through faded skin. And in the silence I confess to ghosts I never laid to rest. They don't accuse, they don't condemn, they just wait for me to name them. These are the sins we carry home, carved in flesh and set in stone. No matter how far we try to roam, we drag them back, we drag them home. Oh, I tried to leave them in the past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I've ever known leads me back to carry home. The kitchen still smells faint and cold, the words too sharp, the stories told. The cut too deep to disappear and linger stronger year by year. A chair sits empty by the wall, like it's waiting for a call that never came, that never will, but echoes in the silence still. I hear my father's voice again, not loud, not clear, just drifting in, like something lost between regret and all the things he can't forget. The walls don't speak, but they still know every truth I never show, and every lie I tried to own has found its way back home. These are the sins we carry home, carved in flesh and set in stone. No matter how far we try to roam, we drag them back, we drag them home. Oh, I tried to leave them in the past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I've ever known leads me back to carry home. I walked out back where the garden died, where we buried things we couldn't hide. The soil's still soft, the air's still thick, with everything we tried to fix. I knelt down slow and dug my hands through broken dirt and shifting plans. And what I found wasn't bone or blade, just every choice I ever made. They rose like shadows in the dusk, not to judge, not to discuss, just to stand where I could see what they've always been to me. And I finally learned what I denied: you can't outrun what lives inside. There ain't no road, no distant place that wipes away what time can't erase. It ain't the world that holds the blame, it's every step that shaped my name, and every scar I tried to disown, something I must carry home. These are the sins we carry home, carved in flesh and set in stone. No matter how far we try to roam, we drag them back, we drag them home. Oh, I tried to leave them in the past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And now I see what I've become, a man still carrying them home. Now I don't run, I don't pretend, I walk with ghosts I call my friends. Not forgiven, not undone, just part of everything I've done. And maybe peace ain't letting go, but learning what you always know, that every road you travel on still brings you back where you belong. The night grows still, the past won't fade, but I don't fear the mess I've made. 'Cause in the dark I finally know these are the sins we carry home. Wind got sharp like a rusted blade, I've been riding through the night trying not to fade. time for me no more. Just lead me down this lonesome desert floor. Every town I pass remembers my name. Whispers spread like wildfire and blame. I ain't searching for forgiveness or peace, just a place where my heart can finally sleep. 'Cause I'm alright without a home, just a shadow made of dust and bone. I'm alright without.
The sky hung low like a bruise too wide. No stars to keep the dark inside. Just silence stretched across the land, like something waiting hand in hand. The air was dry, the wind stood still, like it was waiting for a will. The streetlights flickered one by one, like they were watching what I'd done. No comfort left in yellow glow, just shapes that moved too slow. The town was quiet, doors locked tight, like even walls had learned the fright. And every shadow on the ground seemed to be breathing without sound. The dolls went missing from their chains, the rivers pulled back all their stains. And in that hush I understood something was awakening in the wood. The night leaned in, it held its breath like it was starving for what's left. And every heartbeat in my chest felt like it might confess. The night was thirsty for blood that day, and there was nothing in its way. No mercy left, no light to save, just hunger carved into the grave. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to hide, but the dark had opened wide. And every step I tried to flee still called the night back after me. Trees been low without a wind, like they remembered where it's been. A whisper crawled across the dirt, like something learning how to hurt. The fences broke without a sound, as if the ground itself unbound. And every moment passing through felt like it already knew. I saw the sky begin to lean, too close, too heavy, too obscene, like it was lowering its face to drink from every empty place. The world went still, the edge grew thin, like something wicked lived within. And every breath I tried to keep just sank into the deep. The night was thirsty for blood again that night. No angels left within its sight, no holy shield, no saving hand, just hunger spreading through the land. Oh, I tried to scream, I tried to pray, but sound was taken away. And every path I tried to leave just fed what won't reprieve. The ground itself began to shift, like something underneath would lift. Not beast, not ghost, not living thing, just absence wearing everything. And in that moment, cold and slow, I felt what I was meant to know, that hunger doesn't need a face, it only needs a place. The night don't kill, it only takes the line where something breaks. And every truth I tried to bend became the means of my end. It ain't the dark, it ain't the fear, it's everything that gathers here. Every silence left unspun still hungers for someone. The nights don't sleep or feel or cry, they just consume what passes by, till everything you thought was good becomes the thirst in the wood. The night was thirsty for blood in me, and I don't think I'm still free. No dawn to break, no light to save, just hunger digging through the grave. Oh, I tried to run, I tried to hide, but the night was on my side. And every breath I tried to claim still whispers in my name. Hey! Now I don't stand beneath the sky, I let the darkness pass me by. No end to find, no truth to keep, just something that refuses sleep. And if you ever hear that sound of silence pulling all around, don't stay too still, don't look too long.
returns, but not the same. It carries something without name, and I remain where shadows bud, from nights still thirsty for blood.
Too soft for earth, too still for ride. The wind don't blow, it drags its feet like it knows what lies beneath. Each step I take don't sound the same, like the dirt remembers every name. And something cracks beneath my weight, like it's been waiting to awake. The trail runs dry, where the maps all fade and the markers lie. They say this land don't take too kind to those who wander past their mind. The sky hung low like a rusted chain, holding back a coming pain. And every mile I walked alone felt less like land and more like bone. I kicked a stone, but it split too clean, like it wasn't when I brushed the dust away. I saw a shape that used to pray. The earth don't speak, but it still knows every truth that never shows, and every secret buried deep don't always stay where it should sleep. There's bones beneath my boots tonight, cracking softly out of sight. Every step I take reminds I'm walking over borrowed time. Oh, I try to move, but I feel it pull, like the ground itself is full of everything that came before, and something begging me for more. Walking through the gray, where the daylight slowly slipped away. The land stretched out but never changed, like distance here had been rearranged. A fence stood crooked in the field, with wires that refused to yield. And hanging there in twisted form was something shaped but not yet gone. No name to mark, no sign to read, just something left for earth to feed. And in the quiet I could swear it turned its hollow gaze to stare. The wind went still, the silence grew, like the land was watching too. And every breath I tried to take felt like it wasn't mine to make. There's bones beneath my boots tonight, cracking softly out of sight. Every step I take reminds I'm walking over borrowed time. Oh, I try to move, but I feel it pull, like the ground itself is full of everything that came before, and something begging me for more. I knelt down where the ground gave way and brushed the dirt in slow decay. What I uncovered wasn't one, but countless shapes beneath the sun. Layer on layer of silent cries, buried under endless skies. No graves, no stones, no prayers said, just land that fed upon the dead. And in that moment, cold and still, I felt a truth against my will.
that I was not just passing through. This place had always known me too. And every step I thought was mine was walking down a deeper line, a path of those who came before, now pressing up beneath the floor. No memory, no final rest, just time collapsing in the chest of earth that holds but won't forgive the weight of all who tried to live. There's bones beneath my boots tonight, no turning back, no wrong or right. Every step I take reminds I'm part of what the ground confines. So I tried to leave, but now I know there's nowhere else for me to go. And every road I once pursued led me here to join the buried truth. Now I don't hear the cracking sound, 'cause I don't walk above the ground. I feel it close around my frame, like I was always part of the same. And if you wander through this land and feel the shift beneath your stand, don't stay too long, don't try to prove what waits beneath your every move. Turns, but not for me. The sky forgets what used to be, and I remain where time concludes, just bones beneath forgotten boots.